Hey everybody, it's Nate from EXPLORIST.life. I teach people how to build DIY campers, and in this video, I just wanted to check in with a general Explorist Life update and let you know what's going on here and what to expect for the rest of the year. And to start off this video, I think it's finally time to show off our new shop, now that it is up and functional. So let's get started. Welcome to Steamboat Springs, Colorado, the home of Explorist Life DIY campers. We chose Steamboat Springs, Colorado to build our home base for a few reasons. First, we are super close to all the outdoor recreation that we love. Steamboat Springs Resort is only 12 minutes away for snow skiing in the winter. There are over 500 miles of trails in the area for mountain biking in the summer. The Yampa River is right in our backyard for tubing in the summer and fly fishing when we have a few spare minutes to actually learn how. And if we want something different, Jackson Hole is a 6-hour drive, Moab is a 5-hour drive, and we have a local airport for connections in Denver only 25 minutes away. And secondly, Steamboat Springs is actually a bit of an entrepreneurial hub. Big Agnes with their tents, sleeping bags, pads, and apparel. Honey Stinger with their energy bars, waffles, hydration mixes, and other performance nutrition. Grass Sticks with their bamboo ski poles, paddles and plungers, Moots with their custom titanium frame bicycles, and a literal ton of other small businesses like Ohana Apparel, FM Light and Sons, Storm Peak and Mountain Tap Breweries, and many more. So needless to say, we aren't really alone in this community when it comes to building not only campers, but more importantly, a business. So now that's all out of the way, let me show you the shop. So, welcome to the inside of the shop. Here is a toolbox. First real big boy purchase of a toolbox that I've ever had. Everything else prior to this toolbox has always been like a hand-me-down from my dad, so this is kind of fun. It's mostly organized. Stephanie had a huge part in helping me organize that. Some drawers are a little less organized, and then some of them are tape. But ultimately, there's just a ton of stuff, and we finally have enough room for all of the tools that we have to build these campers. Moving on down the line, I have my workbench set up for pretty much just whatever I need it to. So currently, it's set up to drill holes in things and also sharpen skis. Really not doing a whole lot of tutorials on that, but I ski a lot, which is a great segue into the gear closet. So we have our gear closet here, 2 sets of skis, all of our helmets that keeps our brains safe. Bikes are tucked back up in here. Coming over this way, we have random paddleboard storage that I need to find a better spot for. I think part of having a shop is it's constantly getting better, and that's not a good spot for those, but that's where they are for now. So table saw table. I got a bit of storage under those. Made this earlier this year, and it's been working really well. It's got wheels on it, so I can roll it around. You know, we've got a little bit of a limited amount of room here between the back of the Sprinter and this table saw table, but it's 5 degrees outside right now, so we're not really doing a whole lot of working outside. But in the summer, we can pull, you know, this van or whatever van we're working on out in front of the garage door, and we have all kinds of space for cabinets and all kinds of other projects, just whatever we're working on. So another spot that we're still working on organization for is this big mess over here. I have a bunch of hardware that I need to find a really good solution for that I just haven't found a solution for. Pyrus's bed down here. And then over here is our wall of storage. So all kinds of storage, top and bottom. Some of this is already pretty organized. I've got all kinds of like lubricants and then glues and stuff here. So things to make stuff stick together and then things to make stuff not stick together. Miter saw station here. I've got other drawers that aren't particularly organized, but you know, we're working on it. Okay, moving on. So, what else do we have? Random wood storage that needs a home, but ultimately it's coming together, and it's taken about a year to get it to this point. Whenever we bought this place, you know, none of this stuff was here. It was in pretty good shape. It wasn't dirty or anything like that, but we've kind of turned it into a space that's nice and usable. So now let's go take a look at where we do all of our order fulfillment and packaging stuff for the online store. So this is where all the order fulfillment and packaging happens for shop.explorist.life. It is incredibly organized, due 100% to Stephanie. So how this works for the most part is we get all of the single materials. So like we have lugs here, ferrules here, heat shrink here, basically quantity one of whatever goes into the kit goes right here. And then Stephanie sits down at this table and she makes all of the stuff that is up here. So we have the battery bank wiring kits. It's got all the wire lugs and red and black heat shrink to wire like battle-born batteries together into a battery bank. AC distribution panel wiring kits, Lynx distributor wiring kits, all the wiring kits that we have on it, shop.explorist.life, they live here. So while Stephanie is packaging up all of the hardware over here, I am actually usually on this side. We can kind of divide and conquer a bit with the wire. So we have all of the wire that we have in our main kits as of right now. So we got 10 gauge solar wire, 10 gauge triplex wire, 6 gauge wire, big 4/0 wire here, and then over there we've got the 6/3 wire. All comes in on a big spool. And then basically my job on this side is to cut the wire into the appropriately sized selections. So I've got like a wire counter measure kind of thing here. So reset that and pull this out. 5 feet goes into like the battery bank wiring kits. And then I fashioned this little wire cutting apparatus just out of some 16-inch cable cutters and just chops it off like that. So it's kind of a Frankenstein thing, but it actually works really good. It works better than the battery powered thing that I bought that was $100 more. So that's a kind of a fun little hack for the shop. Cool thing about these spools, so this 4/0 wire, it actually weighs like 450 pounds. So to get 450 pounds times 2 up onto that spool holder was quite the feat. Maybe I'll put that on an Instagram story one of these days because that's entertaining to say the least. So after I cut all the pieces to where they need to be, I just roll them up and then put them in the appropriately sized box. We've got all kinds of different sized boxes, and these are kind of constantly changing as we kind of refine like how, what sizes of wires need to go in what sizes of boxes. But once the wires and the hardware kits are put together, I take those over here to the kind of like finished goods shelving area. So we've got like battery bank wiring kits, which is like set up to wire like up to 6 batteries together. Multi-plus wiring kits, which is set up to wire like the multi-plus 2, like the Victron Lynx distributor. So all kinds of various completed kits. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're usually fulfilling orders. We'll take these and then we'll put them into the boxes to actually ship out. So it goes, the fully complete kits, plus whatever like charge controller like people are buying, charge controllers down there, Victron VMV 712, all that kind of stuff. So basically that's where the order fulfillment comes into place. Fulfilling Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then making the kits like Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. So that's pretty much what we have going on down here in this section of the shop. So let's go on upstairs, check out the offices. So this is kind of our like creative space. So like right at the top of the stairs, we have our whiteboard. We can kind of brainstorm ideas and stuff like that. I have a support page and check for downloads box. Those are my things to do, so we're not going to worry about that. But ultimately, we'll sit down here and we will try to figure out the direction of the channel or things to do, expos to go to, trade shows to go to, all that kind of stuff kind of goes up here. So we can have a nice sit down at this table. It's just kind of a more creative space, creative brainstorming thing. I know I think better whenever I'm away from my computer. Whenever I'm away from my computer, I can actually think about what I need to do, and then it's like sit down at the computer and then actually get it done. Here we've got a 3D printer, usually printing some of the hardware for the wiring kits downstairs. Shunt spacers, master disconnect spacers, all that kind of stuff. Legos, because what's a creative space without Legos? And various whiteboards, calendars, all that kind of stuff. So storage closet that we're not going to go into for fear of opening that door and causing an avalanche, but this is Steph's office comes complete with guard dog. So this is Stephanie's office. So this is where she runs all the computer work for Explorist Life distribution, as well as her own company. She runs a contract CFO service. You've been doing that for like 6 years or something like this point. So that's your main focus, what you do. Explorist Life distribution is a full-time job, but it's kind of your side hustle one as well. So this is where this happens. She has all kinds of plants in here. So she's got peppers over there. So that's always fun. Outside, we've got about 1.5 feet of snow on the ground. So not conducive to making peppers. So is there anything else you'd like to share about your office?
No, that's it.
Okay, we'll go to my office now. And behind the dramatic barn door, we have my office. So right in here immediately, this is projecting. Projecting? I don't know. So this has got all kinds of different components and stuff like that. Basically, if I'm testing stuff, or if I'm trying to figure out how one thing works with another thing, or if somebody asks a question about like a Victron component, or like battle-born battery, or like whatever the case is, I can come over here and I can physically get hands-on and take a measurement or check out something and hopefully get that question answered for all of you. Over here is our like kind of video editing station. So get big monitor over there so we can pull up a full like Premiere profile and everything like that. We're actually editing the video that you're seeing as we speak, which is pretty fun. Pegboards up here for all kinds of camera equipment and everything like this. It's kind of, you know, a recording studio, if you will. So over here is my desk, and do like 3D print files and all the blog posts, some editing over here as well as needed. Over here is pretty much just what you see in the backgrounds of all the videos. So sign that my cousin made for me, and cousin and Stephanie kind of collaborated on that project. I'm pretty happy with that. Signs, just something to make a cool background. But that is pretty much everything that we have in the shop, the office, everything like that. So I have some other things that I would like to talk about that's kind of a more business sense for Explorist Life. So let's talk about those things. If you're still watching, thanks. I'd like to let you in on a bit of the business behind Explorist Life and kind of what to expect going forward. So first off is the online store. We launched our online shop for the DIY camper wiring kits and components about 2 months ago, and it was a huge success and bigger than we have ever imagined. And I truly think it's helped a ton of people, and we've had a lot of really good feedback, not only from the kits, but also about being able to order the kits directly from us instead of going through Amazon. I think a lot of people feel better about supporting us directly instead of also making us split the profits with Jeff Bezos, and that makes me feel personally pretty good. Now, that side of the business has been taking up a ton of time. Our alarms go off at 4:45 every single morning, and we are usually in the shop by about 5:30 or 5:45, working to put together orders and fulfill those orders. Now, it's just Steph and I for the time being down there right now, but we do plan on bringing on somebody else to help out in the shop fulfilling orders, or outsourcing that to a 3PL in the very near future. So we are very happy and grateful for the success of that, but we're definitely slogging through the time commitment, and I'm happy to do it. And I'm super happy to see Steph build that side of the business, considering building businesses is what she actually went to school for and what her own business is based around. Now, next up is the Sprinter that we traveled around in for nearly 4.5 years. I am currently working on some upgrades to the electrical system and fixing some stuff that just needs to be fixed and getting it ready to sell. It's pretty wild how much I've learned about electrical systems since we built that van over 5 years ago. And it's also wild that this channel is all about building campers at this point. But that is something that's been taking up a fair amount of time on my end that I'm trying to get wrapped up so we can move forward with future projects. Now, the next thing that has been taking up a ton of my time is my private consulting group. I started my private consulting group about 2 years ago, and about a year ago, it really blew up. Now, this has been both a blessing and a curse. Financially, it's been great. And it was also great to have a little more one-on-one time with a lot of people and their projects. But it also took up so much time. It was truly a full-time job. And since I was committed to answering questions in less than one business day, that means that I haven't been able to go on a vacation or go camping with no cell phone signal or anything like that without having this looming obligation. And also, Explorist Life is about teaching people how to build DIY campers. And I didn't really like the feeling of neglecting everybody that was tuning in every week to watch these videos just to help those who were honestly in a privileged enough position to pay me for my attention. Personally, I'd rather help 10,000 people and get paid by the ads that play before these videos than help 10 people who can pay for it. That's just my opinion, but that's how I feel. So I am shutting down the private group. I'll keep it open for those who are already in it, but as of right now, I don't really have any plans on allowing new members for the foreseeable future. Now that's a bit of a financial hit, but that's a great segue into the next order of business. Now, it's been no secret that I've been working with Battleborn Batteries for a very long time now, but historically it's been on more of an affiliate or commission-based partnership, and they would provide batteries as needed for whatever projects that I had going on in the channel. But they wanted to help out the channel in a bigger way, so they are coming on as a title sponsor for all videos that I'm putting out for 2022. Now sure, Battleborn Batteries is a company that designs, builds, and sells batteries, but they are also huge advocates of the do-it-yourselfer, and they wanted me to be making more videos available to you for free for the DIY camper builders. So they are putting dollar bills into this channel. Now sure, that's great for me, but here's how it's good for you. All of the big YouTube channels that I watch have one thing in common. Chris Ramsey has like 11 people on staff to help him make videos. Bob from I Like to Make Stuff has at least 2 others helping him make videos. I'm 99% sure that Johnny Brook from Crafted Workshop also has help making videos. Seth from Seth's Bike Hacks, he has at least 2 helpers. Andy Rawls, he just hired someone to help in his shop. So as you can see, it takes a team to build something cool. Now Stephanie is still very much a part of Explorist Life, and she will still be in the occasional video, but she just doesn't have the time to juggle her own business, run the Explorist Life store, and help me operate the camera for these YouTube videos. So I would like to introduce everybody, Grace. So I've been interviewing people for the last few weeks, and last week Grace accepted the content creator position that I had been looking to fill here at EXPLORIST.life. So plan for our videos to be taken up a notch in quality, but she will also be helping me put out more videos to help all of you build DIY campers. She's an excellent videographer and editor, as well as a phenomenal photographer with a simply amazing portfolio. And I'm really hoping that whenever she edits this video, she will put some of her work over this voiceover so that you all can see it. Maybe she'll even drop her Instagram handle at the bottom of this so you can go follow her. So welcome to the team, Grace. So what's next? Well, after a 6-month wait, we just recently got keys in hand for a brand new Ford Transit cargo van. And that will be the project for the rest of this year. And expect to see a new tutorial every week released on Sunday mornings from here on out. And we'll talk about this brand new Ford Transit van starting next week. Now, I think that's all I had to say for this update, and I hope it gave you some good insight into the business side of Explorist Life that I'm actually usually too self-conscious to share about, but I think it was relevant, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you for consistently tuning in to watch my videos, and I hope to be able to give back in an even bigger way going forward. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.